Stocks climb on strong earnings and crude oil weakness. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, it's May Day, May Day, May Day. Trump says he's still considering a taxpayer-funded deal to bail out Spirit Airlines. I think it's a great idea. We need quality transportation. Apple Computer, record oil prices pull back. We got blowout earnings. Google's beats the street. Amazon, news on Amazon. SLB stock is lit up by block size bull call spreads. Avis Budget just named the firm behind its apparent short squeeze. Should you keep gambling on the car stock here? You heard it here first. I thought it was a good short. At the parabola, it went like this, up 700%, and then app loving stock fans. News, we got news today, people. Stock market, let's go over it real quick. Again, today is May 1st, Friday, May 1st, 2026. A lot of exciting news. My goodness, I mean, S&P 500, what, new records across the board? NASDAQ minis up, Dow futures flat, S&P VIX 19 spot 50, the Dixie at 97 spot 975. 10-year, watch the yield on the 10-year at 110-205. Crude oil craters off about $3-4 at 101 spot 78. Gold bullion trade and silver bullion trades back on. So got a lot of news to go over. Chart of the day. A short squeeze could trigger in Easy Corp stock as it trades at a near 10-year high. EZPW. Is it time to sell some calls on EZPW? We shall see. On the breakout, I don't give financial advice. I mean, just information purposes only. Tesla's active. SanDisk is active. NVIDIA, Apple Computer, Micron Technologies active. Intel trades close to $100 a share. You're welcome. Who brought you the Intel breakout? Come on now. Amazon's doing awesome, active. Meta Platforms active. Microsoft active. Mr. Softy, Advanced Micro Devices. Incredible news today. Going to run a shorter video, run them about 15 minutes if I can. So, yesterday I did my ebook that I published there about I Allow, and then also Eating the Bugs with sustainable food for insects. It's got a lot of information in there too. So tell me what you think. Leave comments below. A lot of news, folks. A lot of news. Is the war over? Is the Straits of Hormuz going to open? So, we shall see. I'm looking for my next ebook. So, instead of Beyond Barf Burgers, you got Beyond Plant-Based Burgers. Now, that was yesterday. Now, today's book, I'll give you a heads up. It's called Ethical AI, but we'll talk about that in a minute. You can see the links down below. You tell me, is there ethics in artificial intelligence? So, bar chart, gold market's up a bit. The VIX is dippy dip. Crude oil's pulling the price retracement. It's on again and off again. The war in the Middle East, Russia, China, North Korea, the Crimea Peninsula, the U.S. and China. So, look at these stock shares. The stock market, Bitcoin pumps. 7 weeks ago, they say you have to be cuckoo or nuts to be purchasing Bitcoin, at 63,000. Well, now it's changing wallets right now. It's 78,500. I bought the dip and then I bought the dippy dip. So today, Bitcoin pumps up to nearly 78, almost 79,000. The magic number for Bitcoin is 80K We're going to leave a survey question there, is Bitcoin going to achieve 80,000? Who knows? The same thing with ETH. Ethereum's up 2% today. Solana's up good. XRP's up 2%. Same thing with XRP. They said you have to be nuts to purchase it on the dip. I was backing the truck up on it. I'm running my videos shorter, and then also too, I'm running them recording later in the afternoon. It's about 2 o'clock. I was recording right at the open of the stock market, but that's when I'm most active with my trades. So let's take a look at this real quick on Yahoo Finance. Yahoo Finance is reporting the same information that bar chart reports with just different perspective. The stock market just had its best month since the lockdowns in 2020 rebound. Stocks knocked it out of the park in April. I would agree. I've had one of my best months in history with my speculations. Stocks the run pauses after April closes at record high. So I'm buying the breakout on the S&P 500, the triple Q, from Invesco and DIA. Trump says not happy on Iran and touts straits 100% shut. So they're trying to do an oil embargo or a blockade to shut down the Strait of Hormuz. We shall see. Trump, again, gives Spirit final rescue proposal as airline faces shutdown. We need to back the play of Spirit Airlines. I agree. The White House goes quiet on gas prices as Iran war drags on. Google surges over 30%. I've been a long-term Google shareholder for years. Go Google, 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 Google. Trump hits EU with a 25% tariff on imported cars and trucks. Protectionism. Apple Computer stock rally up 4%. Ford brings back employees' pricing for all of 4th of July. Reddit stock surges after ad revenue jumps 74%. RDDT up 14%. Might be time to sell some calls. Anytime a stock breaks out, and then trades like this, if it's trending, I always look at the option montage. Let's take a look at this real quick. Let's see what's trading here. Now, if you stay with me to the end, I give you free alpha, which is my trading plan and speculation plan. It's not financial advice, but gives you transparency into how I think, So I've been a quant trader, worked on Wall Street early on my career there, and about 87, during the stock market correction. And so I used to trade and speculate for others and then for the house as a prop trader for the different brokerage firms. I worked for the 5th largest merchant bank on the planet at one time. So I speak trader speak. So if you don't speak trader speak, a lot of what I say might not make any sense to you. But if you're a trader and speculator, you can have a different perspective. SanDisk falls despite strong earnings report. Oil falls on hopes for U.S.-Iran negotiations. The best month since the lockdowns in 2020 that we can't talk about. Tech stocks and Google's doing awesome. So I read the news, to myself, and I formulate a trading plan. I look at geopolitics. I look on the left. I look on the right. I look at CNN over here. I look at Fox News, BBC, Al Jazeera. Looking at stocks most active. America's national debt has surpassed its annual economic output. That's not good. It's a reason I own precious metals because of debt. And then looking at the Dixie, the de-dollarization event. So, my goodness. So let's take a look at the trading plan. I'll look at the news here, and then it allows me to get dialed in to see, okay, how should I position myself? Like this weekend, I get to go to Costco. I'm going to get the big prime or USDA choice ribeye roast. It's, like 10 pounds or something. It's outrageous. I've had such a good time trading and been so profitable with the Bitcoin and the S&P 500. So thankful, and then selling put premiums. So look at this real quick here. I don't run commercials on my channel. So I am an author, and I am considered one of the world's leading expert in AI, the artificial intelligence. So I recently penned an ebook that you can read for free. It's on Kindle. Check out the links below. It's Ethical AI, the ethics of artificial intelligence. So you can read it for free. And I also got some new Patreon subscribers. I'm very thankful for the donations. You can see the links down below. Thanks. I'm putting it all back into my channel, and my channel's getting a lot of traction, a lot of new subs and everything. And Twitter, I publish my videos on Twitter and Rumble also too. So amazing. In the age of rapid advancements in artificial intelligence technology, a pressing concern looms over us. How can we ensure that AI systems are not only efficient, but ethically sound? Having morals and values and ethics with the artificial intelligence is important. So you can read my ebook for free on ethical artificial intelligence. Check out the links below and tell me what you think. So that's what we have, and let's look at the news here. Running about 11 minutes. I'm going to try to run it shorter here. So, today's my DCA day. I bought Bitcoin yesterday. Every day I DCA it, but I do also another DCA on the 1st and 15th of every month. And man, we've had a nice couple 1,000-point pump here recently in Bitcoin, up from 75,000, squaring off profits in that. So let's look at CNN real quick. Just to let's look at the left. My channel's apolitical. I love everybody. Trump says he's dissatisfied with Iran's latest proposal. New video shows moments before the presser dinner scenario. Tampa news. Some of the news isn't politically correct, so I can't even report on it. The $10.5 million horse. They're willing to drop big money on horses, on the Preakness and then the trifecta. And my goodness, got a lot of news here on CNN. I don't know how they get away with reporting news on the news channels. So I'm just a messenger, so don't blame me. Fox News. Again, I look at the right. Socialist mayor, blunt one-word message to fleeing millionaires. So they're leaving Seattle state and then also leaving California. And they're going to states like where I live here in North Florida, the Freedom States, Arizona, Texas, and Florida. May Day unrest grows globally as workers demand mix with anti-U.S. message. Total mayhem. Moral vacuum and power grab. So things are heating up on May Day. May Day, May Day. Boy. So let's look at, I look at then, it's just me on my news desk and trading desk here. I'll break fast every day at 2 o'clock, so I'm a little hungry right now. I don't eat any food until 2 p.m. And I do carnivore diet. So it's about 2 o'clock, so it's time for me to break fast. I'll eat 4 extra large strips of bacon, and then I'll scramble up 6 eggs and then cook it in the bacon grease. And that's a great meal. Lowers my cholesterol too. Carnivore diet, plus electrolyte. Top gainers. Atlassian Corporation up 28%. Xanadu pumping again. Been mentioning Xanadu. Time to sell some calls. Lightwave Logic up 20%. Twilio up 20%. And AXT up huge. Roblox, might sell some puts there. Summit Therapeutics off 23%. Atmos Filtration off 15%. Dolby Laboratories off 12%. And Ryan Specialty, is that a home builder? So might sell some calls on Team, TEAM, on Xanadu, sell some calls there. Lightwave Logic, sell some, I'll buy the stock shares on these breakout deals, and then I'll write a call premium. Sometimes I'll go deep in the money and just let them call the shares away from me. It's not uncommon for the option premiums to be up 5,000–10,000% on these breakouts. Bloom Energy, pumping. Xanadu, pumping. All great. Twillo, news on Twillo with the home builders. Man, stocks. So most active. Intel, close to $100 a share. Nokia again, pumping. NVIDIA, pumping. Grab Holdings, GRAB, very active, traded at about $3.63 stock share. And SoFi, SOFI, very active. So that's what we have, folks. So if you stay with me to the end, all right, let's look at my trading plan. I got to say this too. It's not financial advice. Okay, I used to be a financial advisor, so I'm not anymore. I give myself financial advice, and I really like me, so I give myself financial advice, and I take my financial advice. So Bitcoin, I'll DCA Bitcoin today, even though I scaled out a nice profit here recently. I'll dollar cost average SPY ETF, plus I bought the breakout today, an SPY ETF. The triple Qs pumping new all-time high. DIA trying to catch up, we'll see. Stock market always climbs a long, slow escalator up, and then climbs the wall of worry as it's doing so, and then takes the express elevator down. So everyone knows that the stock market's in discovery mode as far as price discovery. So once that transpires, then we have to look at, well, how high does it go? Is it going to be adjusted for GDP? Is Warren Fluff it right? Are stocks overbought? Are they expensive? Are they long in the tooth? We shall see. Triple Qs from Invesco, the SPY ETF, they could go up 3x, 10x. It's inflation. The precious metals trade is back on. Silver bullion still has the greatest positive weighted alpha in the last TTM. So I've been selling some of my bags of silver and then backing the truck up into Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. Again, I got 10 different bags. And you put all your eggs into one basket. That's how people are taught. But I got 10 separate baskets, and I put all my eggs into each individual basket. And then when one basket becomes overbought, like silver bullion, I square it off and then I rebalance. It's classic modern day portfolio theory. So I also have another basket where I run the Gone Fishing portfolio. It's like I think a 70-30 portfolio. It does great. I reallocate and rebalance a portfolio every 13 months. Don't add anything to it. Sell the winners at the top of the market, readjust the portfolio. That's another basket that I have. Fine art, collector cars, You can see this painting back here. It's an original oil painting, if you can see that. Here, I'll turn it around so you can see it. See that? That's an oil painting. That painting appraises at $10,000. Now, I've had it for 25 years. So I buy fine art, collector coins, silver bullion. There, I'll show you this. Look, got big baskets of silver bullion. Some said it's a worthless rock, can't do anything. And no one's ever made money with precious metals. Well, I'll tell you, I don't know what they're on. I don't know. So I'll DCA the blockchain ETF, squared off nice profits in it today and yesterday, but I'll DCA it again today. The blockchain ETF, Block, B-L-O-K. ETH is up today real nice. Solana's doing well. So that's my trading plan. So that's all I got. Selling calls. Intel, is Intel going to break $100 a share on a breakout? How high can Intel stock go? Here, look at Team, T-E-A-M, right? So I open up the option montage. Let's see this on Team. See if there's options on it. Do a live trade here. Atlassian Corporation, if I'm pronouncing that properly. Let's see here. The stock has recently experienced elevated volatility. So with that, there's options. Look, stock's at $87. The 88 calls are up close to 400%. Or if I go deep in the money, it'll say like I'm in the money, going 10%. So the price is 88. So if I look at the 80 calls, they're trading at up 400%, decent volume. Could purchase a stock, 200,000 shares of Team, and then sell the call and then buy the put. Stock gets called away from me. I keep the expanded premium and wash, rinse, and repeat. So I do my live trades, my own research for myself. Xanadu, Nokia, Plug Power, Top Losers, Roblex, XNDU. Look at this. So this is how I roll. This is how I think. Xanadu, I've been talking about it recently on my channel. Up 25%. Is it time to sell some calls on Xanadu? Let's look at the $37 calls. So that's what we got. Look, they're not writing $37 calls if I'm not mistaken. That's a new all-time high for Xanadu. It's never too high to buy. All right, let's look at Xanadu. Going parabolic. So might be time to purchase the stock shares and then sell a deep in the money call on Xanadu. Say sell the let's see. Here, look at this. This is me doing my own research, right? $31 put or call option on Xanadu. All right, offered at $7.40, bid at $4. Light volume though. I could purchase that stock on a breakout, sell the deep in the money call, and then look at the puts. The puts are doing just amazing. So, look, here's the $30 puts. They're getting clobbered today. So that's Xanadu. So the earnings season is amazing. April's been amazing. Going to Costco this weekend. Intel, Nokia, NVIDIA, Grab Holdings, and SoFi. These are the gainers. So selling puts and selling calls. Sell the put on the dip, sell the call on the breakout and the pump. Then wash, rinse, and repeat. Apple pops after beating the street. Apple Computer. What a winning stock that's been. So, running 23 minutes, folks. So that's, what are you doing? I am a time multi-billionaire. And I say that to myself every day. Look at CAR, C-A-R, Avis Budget Group, news on it. There's a big short squeeze on Avis, here in the last 3 months. Runs up to $713 a share, and now it's trading $182. The options are incredible. So who brought that to you? And I know I sound like a bit braggadocious, but what can I say? When you're good, you're good. Whenever, whenever the market goes like this into the parabola, you always want to sell the parabola and take some profit on it. So it's just information. I do my own research. I'm a time multi-billionaire. Bought the dippy bit. Look at this here. I'm getting a little tired too. It's time for me to eat some food. But look, on Bitcoin. I bought Bitcoin here recently. 77,000, 76,000, 76,258, 76,599, 75,685, and then it pumps to nearly 79,000 to Took some huge profits out of Bitcoin. Same thing with Ethereum on the blockchain. My blockchain ETFs are doing great. So, my time is my own. And I say this too. I believe this too. I give thanks, all right, for my abundant supply now manifested. I have it now. I allow myself to have abundance. Like and share. Are you living the best life? Are you having fun? Take some time to care about yourself and to do you and to have abundance. The trend is your friend. You always want to make sure you trade in the direction of the trend. I'll look into the camera. Roblox, Intel. Did you get any Intel stock? How about this tech, the breakout tech? Nanotechnology, the triple Qs, Invesco. Have abundance. If you're going to go big. I give thanks. I'm like, yes, my time is my own. I became a time multi-billionaire before I became a multi-billionaire. First things first. Are you having fun? I'm having fun. It's time for me to break fast, do intermittent fasting, and then going to Costco this weekend. I might do another cooking video too on that big ribeye and then the prime rib. Man, that's good eating. Trump's amazing. We got to fight. We got to fight for our right to party. Everyone, have a super great day and a great weekend. Bitcoin. Go Bitcoin. Yes.